Yo, what is up? How are you doing today? So, this isn't a topic, and this is actually the first notification for the August masterclass that is going to happen Saturday 29th, if I'm not mistaken. Saturday 29th is the last Saturday of this month, and I'm coming to you today with the first notification of this month's masterclass. I apologize. You know that usually I do these videos in a t-shirt, but the truth is I just finished recording um, a topic, and so you know how I do my topics. So let's get into it. Today we're talking about suffering versus pain. And quickly, if this is the first time you're watching me, you're hearing who I am, well, the purpose of these notifications is so you have a good idea, a good foundation of what I'm going to share in the masterclass. I do these masterclass every month, and throughout the weeks, throughout the month, I will release weekly a notification where I am discussing what is living through the heart. So before I get started, I want to give a big shout out, a big thanks. I want to send all my love out to all those people that joined my July masterclass and were a part of it. We had a great turnout, my largest turnout yet. And I just want to say, if you're watching this, I love you, and bring all your family along for the August masterclass. So today we're going to break down pain versus suffering. Pain is the innate way for the human being to protect itself. If we didn't have pain, we might be taking off our nose, and I mean, who knows? We can breathe 20% more air. If we didn't have pain, we might be cutting our ears off and calling it fashion. We don't know. We literally don't know where we are going. Who knows? We might be taking off our fingers in the name of fashion, eyebrows, in the name of fashion. What is pain? Pain is the self mechanism for survival. Because we have pain, we're not cutting off our ears or my fingers or my toes and calling it fashion. You know, my mentor Sadhguru says this. If it wouldn't be for pain, people in California might be taking out their stomach bag in the name of fashion. I mean, we have the pain Olympics. I mean, given all the pain that we have in the world, there's such thing called pain Olympics. Now, of course, I haven't gone back to this from high school, but or since high school, but it does exist. At least in some time it did. Something called pain Olympics, where people were sacrificing their fingers or like limbs to earn money. I don't know how much money they were earning, but like I like my fingers. But that's another topic for another video. We're breaking down in the physiology of pain and suffering. So again, pain is the body's innate way to protect itself. Because we have pain, I remove my hand, I don't do things that hurt me, right? So I have longevity now. So what is suffering? Well, pain happens once. And suffering you create consciously or unconsciously, depending on how stupid or powerful you are, you're going to create suffering more and more times. So pain happens once. Suffering happens in the mind. Suffering happens because of you, because you allow it. Suffering happens in the mind. Now I know that a lot of us have experienced traumatic experiences, and I'm a bit of an asshole coming saying suffering happens because of you. Well, I'll tell you what. I lived through um, physical, emotional, psychological abuse as a kid, and my later life, sexual abuse. So I've lived my fair share of traumatic experiences, right? I used to associate myself with the character from The Child Called It. That was the only book I read. Like throughout my high school, well, there was two books. If I'm not mistaken, there was three books from my whole school, the whole time that I was in school, pre-K to kindergarten through 12th grade. I only read three books on my own that were not ordered to be read, and the one I associated most with was The Child Called It. But I want to break to you down now why I can say, you know, we create suffering. We duplicate that pain. Pain happened once. That abuse, the traumatic experience happened once. But why is it that 10 years down the road, if someone asks me, Hey, why are you this way? I'm going to respond, well, I had a very demanding father. I didn't have a mother figure. What is this? What is this that in the human being that allows us to speak in such ways? What we're technically saying, in terms of biology, what we're saying is, I have not overcome the emotions of a situation that happened 10 years ago. Now that you hear that, how do you feel about suffering? I understand that the brain is an amazing instrument, but if not used, pay attention. I'm not saying if not used properly. Simply if not used, it is not an instrument of wellness. It is going to destroy you. And you're not going to know it. You're going to be accepting your destruction, actually. But let me paint a picture of why and how this happens. So, we're going to talk about whenever we experience a traumatic experience with our external world, whenever the body is in survival mode, all of my energy is pointed to my external world, and I am going to take a snapshot of that experience. And this is called a refractory period. Depending on how powerful, emotional, energetic this situation with my external world is, determines the size of the neural network that's going to be created in the brain. The bigger the neural network, the more probable that this situation is going to affect me in the future. This is why trauma is so hard to overcome, because it is a very emotionally energetic experience. This equates to, it creates a larger neural network in the brain, in essence, a paradigm. So what happens? Well, we don't know how to consciously get out of the stress response. So where it used to be our environment, aka a lion or storms, we were out in the wilderness because we were cavemen, etc., that were creating the stress response. We left those times. We now live in a world of technology, so what creates stress inside of us? Our family members, our co-workers can push those emotional buttons. Shoot, even myself sometimes, if my phone doesn't have memory, I can feel stress. I can see myself the possibility of stress. So now it's our technologies. My phone's dead, no Wi-Fi, Netflix isn't working, Netflix doesn't have the new series. It could be my parents. It could be our siblings pushing our emotional buttons. It can be our work pushing our emotional buttons, keeping us closer to these negative experiences, because chemicals, they're going to fall in line to each other. So if my external world is making me feel stress, whether it be traffic, again, work, family, technology, that means I am playing the CD of these traumatic experiences. This is why stress is so bad, and this is why trauma is so hard to overcome. It's not because we're poor, we're not educated, it's because we don't know how to get out of the stress response. So what I'm going to teach you in this masterclass this August is how to get out of that paradigm, is how to release yourself from those memories. And I'll leave you with the following quote from Dr. Joe Dispenza. A memory without the emotional charge is wisdom. Please share this video and invite your loved ones to join you in this masterclass this August. Don't come alone. It's going to be at 2 p.m. The time is not 100%. It's going to be either 2 p.m. Central Standard Time or 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. As we get closer to the date, I will release a publication with the time frame and the Zoom Masterclass ID, so you can store it and share it with all of your family and loved ones. I hope you've enjoyed this time. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you August 29th. Goodbye.